It's the NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Carolina Panthers and the New York Giants. All that and more coming up next.
First known as the Meadowlands, EA Sports welcomes you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
The veteran kicker Graham Gano puts it on the tee. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. Raheem Blackshear on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
When he was taken as the first overall pick in the draft a couple years ago, Mike, certainly was not because of his physical stature. It was because of his mind. It was because of his processing ability. It was because of all the intangibles that they believed they saw in his days coming out of Alabama. Now, he's gotten some experience under his belt from a rookie year that had its ups and downs. He has all the talent in the world. Now he's got to go out and just capture it and make it happen.
And a strong start on the ground. He'll get 7 on the game's first play. Second down and 3. Another run here with Hubbard. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On first down is Young. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Tremble comes in motion. On second down, Young. That's right side, taken in by Tremble. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He'll dump this down to Hubbard. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led out by their rookie quarterback out of Ole Miss.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Back to throw. The throw on the run is complete.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
3rd and a yard. On the give, it's Tracy. And he's going to have enough for the first down. We'll mark him up at the 39-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Darius Slayton. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. That's good for a Giants first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Second and 7. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
And he will have a Giants first down as they get 5 on 3rd and 2.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. To the outside, complete to Johnson.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's 2nd and 2. He'll look to throw. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On third down, they'll run with Tracy. And he will score. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Extra point by Gano is up and good. And the Giants will take a 7-0 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. On the return, here comes Blackshear. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Panthers offense ready now for their second drive. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass, unmask the defense, and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
That into the hands of Hubbard. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
1 quarter in the books. It's the Giants leading this one early. We're back to upstate New York in just a moment. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Young hands it to Hubbard. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Out of the shotgun, Young. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Now a fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Giants offense and their running back set to go once more. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. A carry here for Tracy. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. From his interior spot, that's Derek Brown on the tackle. Third down, 3 to go. On the ground, here's Tracy. It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Giants.
You can see the trust they have in this running back and the offensive line. You're facing a 3 and out. You're trying to extend this drive, turn around, hand it to the guy behind you, and let him do the rest.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Tracy. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. A quick throw to Neighbors on the RPO. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He's got his man, Wan'Dale Robinson. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Now it's Tracy looking to run, and he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Slot man in motion left. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Slayton is the man in motion. A run here with Tracy on 2nd down. He'll be brought down inside the 25. Christian Roseboom there on the tackle. Third down and 9. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Here it is on 4th down. And he's going to have the Giants' first down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on first down. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2. Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is 3rd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. Now a screen set up for Tracy. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. He needed 13 and got 14 for the first down. From out of the gun, he'll throw. It is brought in the end zone. Wandale Robinson. Touchdown, New York. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Extra point by Gano is up and good. And the Giants move out on top, 14-0. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This going to be returned from right around the goal line. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Panthers offense headed back to take over once more. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Young. Secured by the veteran, Adam Thielen. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Legette. And it'll bring up 2nd down. To throw is Young. This one to the tight end, Tremble. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Now he takes off. The Panthers will take their first timeout. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. They motion a receiver right. Throwing on second down, Young. Looking left side is tight end Tremble. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Now Young. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Here's Sam Martin now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we've reached halftime here in Jersey with the Giants on top. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Eric Gray to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Giants offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. The third quarter begins with a run. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup to about the 29. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So on 4th down, out is Jamie Gillen to punt for the Giants. Back deep, it's Raheem Blackshear. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Panthers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going It starts with 1st and 10. Tremble comes in motion. Young to throw on 1st down. He'll tuck it and take off.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold them to just a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 9. Now Young. That's to the left side, hauled in by Leggett. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Young. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground, and they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time...
This one intercepted. And he's going to be taken down, but there are 1, 2, 3 flags on the field. I don't think this is going to stand. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Back to throw. That is caught. It's Robinson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
He'll try the zone read on 1st and 10. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
They'll look to throw. Quick slant looked in by Neighbors. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Giants. Greg, they have such a knack. It's like they're on the same page. The quarterback almost feels like, well, when you were playing, you know where that guy's going to be in the end zone.
Yeah, we used to have a saying, Mike. We say we don't run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and especially against zone coverage. Down here in the red zone, the rule is if you're open, stay open. Don't run past an open zone to get covered. That's exactly what this tight end does here. Friendly target, ball on time, touchdown.
Gano on to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Giants will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
At this point in the game, Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of fire out of this offense. Here's another run. Simple handoff. No gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Tremble comes in motion. They'll go play action with Young. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Here's Young to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Sanders. He's got the 1st down. Not by a whole lot. He only gets 3. That's all he needed for a new set of downs.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize how many yards do I need to get for the 1st down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
On 1st down is Young. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They motion the slot man left. A 2nd down throw for Young. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. And it's going to be 3rd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
That one into the hands of Thielen. He's got it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Out of the shotgun, Young. Over the middle, he's got Leggett. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Shotgun snap, and they'll run. Here's Hubbard. And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped, this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? He'll try to run for it. And Young will have a 1st down, able to slide to avoid the contact at the end of the play.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on 3rd down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the 1st down and some.
Tremble comes in motion. On 1st down, it is Hubbard. And a nice run. It's down to the 5-yard line. On 2nd down, Young. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Throwing is Young. That one taken in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Well, after being shut out in the 1st half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. The kicking team on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Panthers get back in it. It is 21-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken around the 11. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Giants offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. First and 10. In motion, it's Robinson. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
On the give, it's Tracy. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. He's got his tight end. That's Johnson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. A big-time play out of the G-men. 36 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Rosebud.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Panthers offense ready for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Young. Taking off. And Young will have a 1st down, able to slide to avoid the contact at the end of the play. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. To throw is Young. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. And that is incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
trailing late. They've got to go here. It's 4th down. They'll go. Young. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have a Panthers 1st down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
That's to the right, caught by Sanders. And he's going to be out of bounds. It's just beyond the line of scrimmage. That's all they needed to pick up the 1st down.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
He's going to tuck it and go. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Receiver in motion, headed left. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. That's to the left side, hauled in by Leggett. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal. I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a higher playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
And he will score! Game on! Bryce Young, touchdown, Panthers. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Extra point try forthcoming. His kick is good. And the Panthers draw closer here. It's 21-14. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Giants offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Third and 6. They'll put a receiver in motion right. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
A carry here for Tracy. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Now, faking the give. He'll get that complete right side. It's Bellinger. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down. And it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look. It led to a nice gain.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's third down and a few inches. On the ground, here's Tracy. They'll mark him down there at the 33, but that is good enough. A run gives them a first down. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. They need to get this to the 23. Here's 3rd down. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. Oh, and a crusher there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down.
Up until this point, this pass rush has been pretty non-existent, so a pretty good time in the game to get their first sack. They're trying to get off the field and give the ball back to their offense and see if they can pull off this comeback.
The Giants sending out their punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Back to the air, it's Young. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Time for the deep shot, looking for Thielen. Olsen and Evo, the good coverage. Gets his hand in there to knock it away.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
I had to take a chance on 4th down, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the men in blue. The Giants get it done. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play. In the end, they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Giants are winners as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.